What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor. And yes, we have a super large order that went out for AMD. We're just going to be jumping right into it. If you have ADHD, like sometimes I do on some days, we're going to be looking at AMD. The 2300 calls were purchased at 15.15 for the price at this is the 21st of January. The year is 2022. So this is a super long out paying for a little bit around $3.5 million. So we can look at here, can do the confirm and send. Yeah, 3.485. So again, that's going to be a pretty substantial order. Of course, my account cannot compute that or actually try to do it. I accidentally hit the confirm and send, and I got like alerts like, "Hey, Ken, what the f are you doing? You imbecile! Can you not look at numbers?" Anywho, that being said, we're going to be looking at the chart and looking at the trade tab to kind of see on how this plays out. This is, again, a super large bet coming in today, even though AMD is kind of flat today and really not seeing much in the overall market. So let's go ahead and actually look at the overall play here again. So they're looking out at nearly 452 days. That's going to be substantial time. So let's go ahead and jump into Tastyworks, and we can have some fun over there looking at the old AMD via the options there. Again, I am currently in AMD. I have some options positions all the way out in the March 19, 2021 that I've been holding for quite some time and looking to kind of potentially they've been doing very well, even though since the little bit of a dip that we've had in the last coming couple weeks or so ago. With, again, going back here to Tastyworks, this option, again, is 472 days out. The implied move is basically $41 plus or minus. So again, where we're currently at, we're looking for a little bit above 125-ish. We can scroll all the way down here. We're seeing, again, those option contracts, that volume coming in today at that 110 price. Basically, a very large order. We actually have some more that looks like it came in actually on the 140 level, which would be interesting to see that on the old tab here, see if there's anything that kind of computes with that. Yes, there is. So there's 1,000 of those that came in at once but these are different times, so they could be potentially really betting a very large amount. Trying to see if it came. They use a different exchanges. Sometimes they try to do this to kind of mask the order. Definitely, this could just be a call spread. This could be a call bear spread. This could be a call bull spread. Again, either direction, we're not quite sure. We'll see on how that plays out on the charts. But switching back over to the itemize here, if you're just buying this straight out, again, they bought quite a few bit. They bought 2,300 here. So you can see that overall cost getting skewed high. It's a little bit has dropped in price due to the fact of, again, volatility and the overall factors of just the market moves. So we can kind of see the total breakdown here. The probability of profit is 20%. The probability of 50% of the profit coming back in is about 51% right now. And of course, you see the max per profit is infinite because, again, AMD can go all the way to the moon if it wants. Is it likely? Most likely not. Max loss, of course, is the whole initial investment of that. So definitely going to be one to kind of be playing out. So why are they choosing the 110 and particularly even the 140 calls here? So this is definitely something that's been a little bit entertaining here. We do have a lot of bit of open interest on that time frame. This could be, again, just collecting premium, but again, these are 472 days out. There's quite a bit even at the $90 strike price. So these are really, people are suspecting some larger moves because we're not seeing the same correlation on the put side. We're not seeing these large amount of volume here. This could just be selling a premium here on the put side. So is AMD ripe to take off? I don't know. My positioning and my bets are looking that way as well. I want AMD to go higher. We're starting the new cycle of graphics cards. We're looking at CPUs, all kinds of stuff. I think AMD is ripe to take the winnings from that. With that being said, we're actually at a pretty key level as of today. So as you can see here on the daily chart, again, this is ticker symbol AMD. From the previous swing high to the previous swing low here, we're hitting that pretty key level at 86.48. That is a key level on the Fibonacci retracements. That is the 618. That's a pretty substantial number within the sequence. If we can get anything above that, that could really get a potential room to run. And the next overhead resistance would basically kind of put it here around 90 there on the short-term side. But since we're looking at this options and this options play is literally 470 days out, we need to go to a larger time frame. So we're going to be dropping down to the weekly side. And of course, you can see AMD has been on a tear. Like next time on live stream or something else, I could do story time. I think I've told this story before where I owned a couple thousand shares of AMD at like $2 or $3, and of course I sold at 6 or something like that, and I kept on like trading around it. I did the numbers one time. If I kept those same initial investments, I wouldn't. They would be it would be disgusting. Anyways, that being said, here I'm looking here at AMD on the weekly side. Kind of still looking for this trend to try to come higher. We are seeing that cup formation that we talk about. Again, we could just get a straight cup and continuing higher to try to break above that 94, 95 level. I don't know why I said it was such a twang, but then that potential could be kind of just trading sideways here if we get around that $86 to $90 range to kind of potentially build that handle, and then we get that scoop higher to try to test those targets. So that 110 level, what's so significant about that 110 level? So looking here on the Fibonacci retracements, that the significant levels would actually be around $100 and then 106. The 110 level is not really any kind of sequencing there, but if we do some further analysis here, let me get these out of the way and kind of show you how this breaks out. We can do this swing high from this swing low, and then we could kind of see these potential numbers kind of come in at 109.6. So that's again, the 1272 is also a very prominent number within the Fibonacci retracement, and that is definitely one. And again, it's on the weekly chart. So from this low to that high, if that swing can continue and not break this low down here, this is really into the works of trying to hit that 110 level. Again, these options are so far out, and they're pretty high premium to buy those. Again, you're going to definitely feel some market volatility around them, but this is definitely a potential longer term play within this hedge fund or traders portfolio, because again, we're talking 400 plus options. We're not talking, 450 days plus options. They're not talking about expiring this weekend or this Friday or expiring even this month. Like this particular investment or trade is really potentially selling covered calls, or he's protecting his portfolio, or he just knows something that no one else knows, and he's just going full YOLO and buying those really far out of the money calls that are 472 days away. So one more chart we can look at here. We can look here on the monthly side, and that really kind of tells you a pretty insane picture of AMD, where it's come and gone. Its previous high was around 43. I remember when that was first hit. People thought it was going to fail, but of course it's just been taking off even more because, again, AMD, all those kind of semi-processors have literally in every single thing that we do in this world now. They touch everything. With this, again, this move is such a strong move to the upside. Again, we're talking about this thing used to be $1.61 in mid of 2015. This is when I was like trading it in such a small account, or such a small, like, not account, but the overall process. And I remember, it hit $7 or $6, and I got out of it. I said, oh, I'm a genius. But yeah, I missed all of that. Anywho, we're not going to talk about that again. I talked about that thing twice now. This is definitely going to be a very aggressive trade, even though of where we've come from. Again, we have earnings coming out, looks like question mark around the end of the month. So be very wary of that. So I'm not going to be putting on too many short dated positions, especially into earnings and of course into the election. So be very careful and be mindful about that to whatever degree of risk you want to take on this particular trade. On the daily side, coming back to this again, we're really looking for that level around $86.50 to $87 to potentially break. Again, if they get that movement, we're going to be looking for around $90, and that was where kind of that gap we had here previously. This looks like it could potentially move, even though if the market does kind of give back and to sell off a little bit, or correct, or whatever word you want to put in there. We could potentially looking for some support around $80, and then from $80 to potentially around $77.22, and then much stronger support coming around $74, $75. Again, guys, I hope that you found this educational, helpful in any way. If you want to, not obligated to, we have a fantastic Discord if you want to check that out. That's the link in the description down below. We also have a YouTube join button if you want to support via the live stream and just have some cool emotes. And as well, we have a Patreon page if you're interested on supporting through that. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.